Hey folks, it's Nessa here in Infinitely Zero's channel. It's November. I'm trying to pre-record some of these videos ahead of time, and also I still feel like I'm behind and I haven't been able to catch up with all the unboxings and other contents I've been wanting to make for the channel. I just I've been too tired and very busy with work. So, I wanted to say a thank you to all the folks who have been making hats and items to donate for Western North Carolina for the video that I mentioned, concerning that donation. And I wanted to show the ones that I've been working on, and I still need to weave in some ends for some of them. But I wanted to, before I, ship them off, but I wanted to show them before I sent them. I also have other projects I'm working on, but I'm not going to show all of that on the video because I just have a lot of other works in progress and a pattern I need to test that I signed up to test for, as well as I decided I'd do the turkey trot crochet along, which is with Marley Bird, that just started on Friday, November 22nd. But when I did my gauge swatch, it was off, so now I need to, try at least 2 other different hook sizes to see if I can figure out my correct gauge because I crocheted too loosely. So anyways, I wanted to thank all you return subscribers and watchers. By the way, it's free to subscribe, so please click that button below if you like my content, and also click the like button. That helps us a lot to, get our videos out there, and that's just kind of how YouTube works. Its algorithm to show it out to different people. The other thing too was I wanted to mention, I also did level 1 monetization, so thank you so much for the folks who have sent me super thanks. I know I haven't done a live stream in a while. I'll see when I can do one, but now with the holidays coming up and all that, I may be too busy. I have a bunch of training I need to do for work, so anyways, and I need to focus on that. So yeah, so let's get to showing the hats. Oh yeah, so by the way, if you like my content, please click like and subscribe. I'm going to try to put all the links either up here with the little information iCard for, what the actual make I'm talking about, whose pattern that is. And if I run out of information cards, then I'll just put the link in the description box below of the video. So I wanted to mention, I've been making a lot of these with some of the yarn from my different mystery boxes or just working down my stash. Also, if you have scrap yarn, that'll work too. So I made both of these. This was with pink and white yarn, which was worsted weight. It was in one of the Mary Maxim mystery bags. I think it was Bonbon Ice classic yarn with my other one was a white Ogo I had laying around. And this was another mystery box I showed that was just DK red and DK white yarn from Europe. This pattern is from Heart Hook Home. It's the 30-minute beanie. I don't know, I don't think she has a video for that, but it's pretty easy to follow. Yeah, I need to weave in my ends for it. It's pretty much holding the 2 strands together when you're crocheting to make the hat. It's going around in a circle. It's just I think it was double crochet stitches, and then at the end reverse crab stitch for the border. So yeah, so great, nice, easy pattern to follow. The first one was hurting my hands, and then I tried to relax when I made the second one, so it wasn't so bad. This one is a slouchy hat. I figured that would be fun. This was done with Caron 1 pound, the jumbo, but the one that comes already variegated, the yarn already changes color in and of itself. This is a Bag O' Day crochet pattern for a slouchy hat. So that's this one. I figured that would be fun. This is also a Bag O' Day crochet pattern. All these video tutorials were very nice and easy to follow. This is like a shell stitch, and this was made with the same yarn as this. Just some worsted weight yarn I had there. What else was her pattern? I did 2 of these. This was also her pattern. Yeah, like I said, I have some of these ends I gotta weave in for these. This was done with bulkier weight yarn, actually unlabeled. All of these are 100% acrylic yarns. I think it's actually more of a super bulky, like a weight 6. Anyways, it was unlabeled, so you know, my guess is as good as yours. And this was her like easy beanie. I think it was called maybe the Supersonic or Super something. Again, that one was very easy to follow as well. This one took up a lot of time, so and not a great choice for a donation item. This was also her pattern. I don't think I remember what it was, the name right now. Of this beanie. Oh, it was the Easy Crochet Beanie Unisex Beanie Hat. I don't think it had a number. From Bag O' Day Crochet. I used the Caron Colorama Ogo. The colorway was Potion Love, so it actually just came with these colors in it. So, and now I'm not going to put them all on. I have to wash them to donate, but it would be here forever and it would mess up my hair if I tried on all these different caps. Okay, so both of these are Fiber Spiders patterns. This one is the Divine Hat. It came out a little big for how I like it, but I'll change the hook size. I'm probably going to make another one. This was worked up fairly quickly. This one came out beautifully, but way too big. I'm thinking, I think this was worsted weight. This is also Fiber Spiders pattern. This is his cable. The hat, it has a video tutorial. He's great to follow as well on the videos. Just really easy to follow, goes nice and, you know, at a good speed. You can always speed up or slow down the videos as well, or zoom in. But he usually does a pretty good camera angle. Next, I did this one. This is just released very recently from the Crochet Crowd, from Mikey from the Crochet Crowd. It's his own pattern. It was for the charity box donation. I can't remember what he called this beanie. And this is the same yarn as this one. This one I made with the leftover yarn after making this. So it was the Caron Ogo Colorama. It's now a discontinued yarn, but hey, I have it in there. It's in my stash. It was great that he did the video with a discontinued yarn, because now I can start using it. Yeah, and the pattern was good too. I actually made it a little shorter than what the pattern said. The pattern called for a third section of these, but I found it was a nice size anyways on me, like this, so I just made it shorter, and then I added a row of single crochet at the end. I think it came with that border, but I can't remember. So this one's a Yarnspirations pattern. Recently, Marley Bird was doing the Lunch and Learn for these are little fingerless gloves. And this is all puff stitch, so this took a lot longer than I expected. So not particularly a quick make, but very cute, especially if you like pink. I don't like pink, which is why a lot of these things are pink, because I'm gonna donate them. It's a great way to use up yarn that's not in your favorite color. So yeah, so it has that, and then I made the matching hat. I could have probably added like an extra row or two. It was weird that I had to do the brim separate and then stitch it on. I know some patterns call for that, but I much prefer when everything's all together and I don't have to like seam the parts of my hat. It just like overcomplicates something that should be simple. So in my book, in my opinion, you know, because I just want to crank out as many of these as possible. I also have a Centro and an Addy knitting machine, but those then after a while it starts hurting my shoulder, and it takes me about an hour and a half. So, I mean, yes, that would have been way quicker than making these. So pretty soon I'll make some of those, and before I go to ship them off, I'll make another video and I'll show all the ones that I make. But right now I'm just trying to get a box out there whenever I can. So those are all the recent hats that I've made that, you know, like I said, I still have to weave in ends and things like that. Let's see what else I wanted to show you guys. So I just finished making 2 shawls. These are patterns from Anya from Ophelia Talks Crochet. This is the snow. Oh, I have to weave in the end still. Sorry. This is the snow. Yes, snow moon shawl. I used a ice yarn cake. That was a DK. I have it right here. Ice yarn cakes DK. It doesn't mention the colorway, but it was the blues, and I don't even know what to call this color, like a light greenish blue, then with like a periwinkle color, and then a darker blue and a darker gray, and then like a light blue gray. I really like these colors. I think it came out really nice. Her video has it with the tassels. I decided to not do the tassels. I may or may not add them later. I'm still thinking about that. I'm not sure how this yarn is after a while, if the tassels are going to fray or if they're going to still look nice. But yes, it's a really beautiful pattern. Pretty quick to make. Actually, no. It took me a little while to make, like more than a week, so not one of my quicker shawls to make. But it's not very complicated. It was, I think, like a 3 or 4 row repeat, but if you follow the tips that she mentions in the video, that's very, very helpful. And she explains it really well too in the video. So yeah, so overall, and I really like how it came out. Like it has some nice areas with netting, and then it has the nice areas with the shells. So it has a pretty visual interest. I also believe, like with the tassels, the weight will open up the stitches more. I also haven't blocked this yet either, which I may block it. But again, I used an acrylic yarn. Or I may just, what I was thinking too that I might do is I have some clips. I may put a little bit of weighted clips and hang it for a few days. And that should kind of stretch out the shawl a little bit too. So yeah, so there's that one. Then there's this one, which I love, and I love how it came out. This was the Woodbury Castle. I used the Bonbon Inse yarn, which I bought. The Bonbon yarn you can get at Mary Maxim. Their classic of the Bonbon yarn is their worsted weight. The Inse is the DK weight. This was the rust color. I thought it would take 5 skeins. It only took 3 for me, for my size. Great pattern, great video tutorial. Thank you, Anya. Again, beautiful. This one is easier to make because this one's it's a 2 row repeat. No, it's a thumbs up, I don't know why it did that. I think the way I was holding the shawl. So look at this, how beautiful. She says for the measurement to do is to use your arm width and then do it a little longer. Sorry, a little wider. You know, and then modify that starting chain to what works for you. And the great thing about this one is, where did I put it? She actually wears it wrapped around, which was really cool. Which I've seen, but I didn't know how people did that. So actually it has a button at the end of one end of the triangle and not this end. So what you do is you put it on. I know I have a sweater on. You put on the shawl and then you wrap it in front of you. Like one goes like that, the other goes like that, you know, kind of like you're wrapping a burrito. You go like this, and then in the back, you tie it with your button, with your edge, which is why it works about what your arm span width is. So then you use your little button and you tie it behind you, just put it in any of the holes of the shawl, and then it stays secure. You're nice and warm. You just dressed up your outfit a significant amount. And yeah, and you're not like dealing with a shawl that's hanging off of you and falling off and things like that. So I think it was a wonderful idea. I'm super happy with this shawl, and I think it came out beautifully. And I love how the colors, I love this orange kind of fall color, and how, you know, it looks really good with my complexion and my skin color. I'm just thrilled with it. So I highly recommend it. It's the Woodbury Castle shawl. And if I didn't mention already, both of these, Anya is the crochet designer from Ophelia Talks Crochet. So thank you so much, Anya. And she's based in the UK. So yeah. So definitely check this out. I have done the reading shawl. I finished one and I'm working on 2 other ones. So I'm excited about that. And then last, I actually this is the first time using one of my Stenley cakes. I haven't shown these. I have a few different unboxing videos I still need to make about my Stenley orders. I'm spacing those out. So even if I bought it, you know, since August or September, I'm going to be showing those, you know, a few every so often. So to not overwhelm you guys, because I just recently realized that a lot of the Mary Maxim ones I just kind of did the unboxings and put them all together because it was like the Crochet Club, their quarterly Afghan kit, and it was in mystery bags. And now I just got 2 other mystery bags of them, but I'm like, okay, I think they've seen enough of Mary Maxim all in a row. Let me try to spice it up and change it up a little bit. So this is what this looks like. It's the Muffin Mini Luxe. This one, the inside was solid green, and then it transitioned to green with white. And it has gold, just gold, it's like a gold thread going through all of the cake, if you see that there. And yeah, this one had the charm through the bottom, so I've been working through the bottom of the cake. Again, this is the Muffin Mini Luxe. They recommend 3.5 up to 5 millimeter knitting needles or crochet hook, 30 degrees Celsius washing instructions, lay flat to dry. Oh, I'm sorry. It's 3.5 to 5 millimeter knitting needles and 3 to 4.5 millimeter crochet hook. I used a 5.5 millimeter crochet hook for what I made, which is a table runner for my aunt. And again, this is a Stenley cake. It's made over in Bulgaria. This one's 90% acrylic, 10% Lurex. It's 250 grams or 1,000 meters. That runs about maybe 1,098 yards just off the top of my head. It's like you can Google it and do the math and figure out the exact number. The colorway number is the 6012. I think the 03 is the lot number, but I'm not sure if that's still part of the color number. I bought it on Brenda's Knots and Loops Etsy shop, so definitely check out her Etsy shop. She's great customer service. She has her lovely makes on there, as well as she sells stitch markers, and she sells different beautiful Stenley cakes. So yeah, so like I said, this is the red one with the gold. I think it's called Lurex going through. And the white colorway with the green. Now to show you, this is a pattern. Oh, and what I was going to say, it came with a little wooden charm, which is a guide. I tried to put the threads through it and couldn't, but instead I had used a charm that, this is the Halloween one that Brenda had sent me, because I had gotten her monthly subscription boxes, which they're sold out, so she's not offering them currently anymore. But anyways, I decided to tie that on there so it gives it some weight. And the reason that's used is because if you look at this, the yarn is actually multiple threads put together. Hold on. I have a little situation here. I got a little tangled. And I haven't tied off my work, so I don't want to unravel it in case I need to change it, because I haven't had a chance to show my aunt yet. Anyway, so you use the guide, you tie it on, and it gives some weight and it keeps the threads together as you're working. So if you notice, this colorway is made up of a golden thread, a green one, and 2 white ones. So that's 3 colors and 1 gold, right? And they're thin. They're a little thicker than sewing thread, but maybe closer to like embroidery floss weight. But that comes in different weights as well. So does sewing thread. So for example, here in the middle, that was 3 reds of green, 1 thread of gold. Then it transitions over here and it starts in the white, so you have 2 threads of green, 1 thread of white. And then it transitions and puts in 1 more thread and takes out the green, so then you get to this part, which is what I have here on the edge, which is 3 white and 1 green and 1 gold. So that's how they do some of their color transition changes with this yarn, which is different than like, for example, 100% acrylic variegated yarn, where the color just changes how they, how it's dyed, right? So, and this is plied, so it's, like if you were to separate this, it's also 4 threads, right? But they're thicker and they're all spun and plied together, which keeps it closer together, which makes it easier to work with. Whoops. Fiber fuzz. And the same like with this pink solid, like if you were to take that apart. And that's what they mean when they say plied yarn. It's 4, it's 4 plies. And some of the thicker yarns, it has more plies. It depends. Anyways, so this is Jada in Stitches. This is the Festive Table Runner pattern. She has a video tutorial for it. Very nice, easy to follow video tutorial again. She makes it about this length. I think it looks longer in her video. She used DK weight yarn. This I would say was a little closer to a thicker DK weight, almost a 4 weight. So a light 4, thicker 3. When you count all those strands together. So that's what my edge looks like. It has like a pretty border. I haven't blocked this yet. I will probably block it just to open up the stitches more. I know it's hard to see the white on my background. But that's how this looks. I mean, this would make a lovely shawl. Even just this stitch and bigger. So it's like little like triangle pyramids. But yeah. I mean, and there was a little jogging here where the color changed, but this way. But it's not like a huge deal. And I think it then worked out okay because it goes from the white green to the green, but then it has like the white and green border where it's more white. And then you have the pretty gold in there. I know I tried to photograph it, but really the photography doesn't do it justice. So yeah, so I hope she likes it. I'll have to visit or have her come and visit before I can give it to her. So yeah, and I have all this left over. So I could probably make 2 more easily. Or make like a shawl or something. So I need to figure out what I'm going to do with the rest of this beautiful cake. So yeah, so I wanted to show all that. And like I mentioned, there's other stuff that I'm working on. I'm working on this shawl that's a Bago de Crochet pattern. And I'm using a Yarn Arts Flowers alpaca cake. This one is called the Easy Crochet Wrap Tutorial, her Caron Latte Cakes one. Oh, and the beanie from Mikey that I showed earlier was called the Crochet Burnett Adult Charity Box Beanie Pattern. That's what he named it. So yeah, really, it's a 4-row repeat, but it's not hard. The rest of the cake then transitions to green, so I thought it would be good, you know, like holiday one, because it's like red and green. And this is this cake. Keep it in the bag, it keeps everything together. It's 20% alpaca, 80% acrylic. It's 250 grams, 250 meters. It definitely has a fuzz hair to it. And that's 8.80 ounces. It's 940 meters or 1,028 yards. They classify it as a 2. I would say it's more of a 3 weight. And I'm using a 5.5 millimeter hook for this. They recommend a 3.5 millimeter US 4 knitting needles or a 3.5 millimeter E4 crochet hook. Hand washed, lay flat to dry, made in Turkey. And the color is 430. So that's all that info there. I can stop this soon, but I really wanted the green in there, so I'll probably keep going. It may be really big, like too big for me when I get done with it, but we'll see. Let's see, how long am I in this video? Okay, this is a 30-minute video. I think I'm gonna stop here.